Hi, it's Kim Saracen, the Queen of Hearts here, and today is a special day. It's a the theme for our the holiday celebration is Take Your Daughters and Sons to Work Day. It happens every April 26th, and that's absolutely wonderful. I love that parents are bringing their kids to work and teaching them something. Another thing that's I'm seeing trickling into our culture in terms of teaching our children is money and how to be responsible with money. It's not huge yet. Like, I mean, there's still ways to go with teaching your children how to have a relationship with money. But nonetheless, it's starting. But the huge elephant in the room, the huge thing that is definitely not getting talked about with sons and daughters is how to have a healthy relationship, as in romance. So, here's the thing, the reality nowadays is that 50% of the population is getting divorced. So you can pretty much bet that anybody that you meet, or even yourself, if you're going through it, they're going through a divorce. The kids are witness to this. And you have to remember, like, there's no judgment here. I mean, it's just the reality of what's going on. Divorce rate is really high. But the thing is that it's really hard on children. And they don't have they don't have the emotional maturity or the skill set on how to deal with this situation. And, you know, it's so interesting to me because there's two things that my clients share with me once we start working together privately. One of them is they had a horrendous role model for relationships with their parents. And number two is that they wish they knew my information 20 to 30 years ago. So that happens straight across the board. And I wanted to use today to help you with some things that I feel are really crucial for children to know to help them as they grow up and become adults. Now, you might think that the things that I'm going to talk about or talking about love and relationships is maybe too young for your kids, but that just isn't the case at all. The younger, the better. The better the role model you can be at a young age, the more instilled it'll be and help them guarantee to have healthy relationships when they get older. So, for girls, you can be sharing with your girls that they can create all that they want, that they can be the CEO or superwoman or whatever it is they want, and still be okay with allowing boys to do stuff for her. So, right there, you're going to be instilling a balance of masculine and feminine energy. So, she can still do her things, but at the end of the day, at 5 o'clock, there's still room to allow men to produce for her. You also want to tell her to thank boys for everything that they do for her, whether it's picking up her books or lifting something heavy. Always show appreciation to a boy when he does something nice for you. You also want to let her know that she is worthy and deserving of being loved, that she matters, that it's okay for her to take up space on this planet, that it's the sky's the limit. She is worthy and deserving, and if you tell her that every single day, she will grow up believing that. And I'm telling you that that one's really important because I serve women all day long who have really low self-esteem and low worth. So that's a really key point. And the last thing for the girls that you can be telling them is that boys do silly boy things that make us mad and hurt us, but they don't mean to do it. It's never their intention to hurt us. We just have to remember that boys maybe just aren't as smart in relationship. as they are as us girls. And also tell the girls that boys just don't know all the things that we want and desire, which is really important, why it's really important for us to be always sharing what it is that we need and we want. So those are my tips for the girls, what you can be sharing with them. And then for the boys, you want to tell them that everything a girl says, put I want in front of it. Now, this is so adorable because I see this in adult women in relationships with men all the time. So rather than say, I'd like to go to the Bahamas, she'll talk about, oh, I heard that George and Fred went, or George and Cindy went down to the Bahamas. I bet they had a good time. Put I want in front of it. A woman will say, oh, I heard that an Italian restaurant opened up downtown. Put I want in front of it. And so you can give examples to your young boys about how to pick up on these hints and innuendos that women are dropping all the time because we have a hard time asking for what we want. The other thing that is important to share with boys is that girls come first. So that means through the door and in every other way. And this piece is about teaching them chivalry at a young age. Why not? Why not teach them chivalry? Pulling a chair out for a girl, or picking up heavy stuff, or bringing her a daisy, doing romantic things like that. That's all really important stuff. And then my big point here, my final one, is most of all, let them feel emotions and let them be okay that they feel emotions. I have had the pleasure of serving many men, and many of them have confided in me that how they grew up was the only two emotions that they could show or reveal out in public were grief and anger. And how that plays out in adult relationships is that a lot of men, as they grow up, are really shut down because they heard all their life that not to be a sissy, don't be like a girl, suck it up, be a man. Those are the messages they were sent. And as they grew up, they learned how to really stuff their emotions so that when they get into a relationship with a woman, often as an adult male, they have a lot of emotions and feelings that they're not in touch with, and it makes it a lot of work for a woman to be with a guy like that. So in teaching them when they're young to be connected with their emotions, then it's just going to be so much easier and less work for a woman as they're growing older. And it's just a really nice thing to do for a young boy, is to let him know that his feeling is an okay thing. So that's my tips for today for taking your daughters and sons to work day. We veered off. I wanted to use it as the opportunity, though, to get some points out to parents. I know it's tough out there if you're a single dad or a single mom, or if you're going through a conflict in your current relationship with kids around. This will be a really great way to course correct some things and get them on the right path. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. Bye for now.